the images of radar reporting to show just how fast the AirAsia plane was going. Now, you see there in the lower right side, it says AWQ 8501, and then it also says 353, and then 363 with an arrow pointing up. Okay, a lot of numbers there, but let me try to explain it. The 63 is for 36,300 feet. Now, the 53 or 353 is the speed in knots. And according to airlineratings.com, which obtained this screen grab, this indicates that 8501 stalled, moving about 100 miles too slowly for such a high altitude.
If you're climbing at that rate, at that altitude, and you're trying to go through that transitional period, if you don't have enough airspeed, that is the bad position to be in. It's what we call coffin corner, which could be a place where you've stalled and there's just no recovery from it.
Again, we just want to emphasize we don't really know if that's exactly what happened here, but if it were a wing stall that happened, what causes that?
Well, if you remember as a kid, and I used to do this all the time, driving down the highway and sticking your hand out the window. And as long as your hand is this direction and it's going up and down, you're fine. But if you go like this, it becomes very strong. The wind is very strong against you, and it's very difficult to control where your hand is in that wind. So this is very similar to that the wing is, when it's in the right flight attitude, the air is going smoothly over the top of the wing, creating that lighter weight because those molecules are moving faster. What happens is when the angle of attack goes against that wind to such an area where the air behind it starts to burble, and it breaks that suction, it breaks that lift on top of the wing. So now you take that amount of air that you feel on this and multiply it times the size of the ceiling of this building.
And you're literally stuck.
And yes, it's right, and it just releases that lift, and then at that point the aircraft goes down. The objective then is to get enough airspeed over the wing by putting the nose down, getting the aircraft down, which is, it's counterintuitive to do that because you're stalling, you're falling. The last thing you think you should do is push down, but that's what you have to do to get the air over the top of that wing again and reestablish the lighter weight on top.